We are not responsible in that sense for our head. We're responsible for what comes out of our mind, but we can't do much about our head, our ears, our nose, etc. For men verily swear by the greater, and an oath for confirmation, a pledge is to them an end of all strife. So if somebody does swear, a lot of people swear on their mother or on their father, that's the end of it because people will believe and that ends all strife. In Matthew 26, it goes, and then began he, Peter. So this is just prior to the crucifixion. Began he, Peter, to curse and to swear, saying, I know not the man, and immediately the cock crew. I brought up this verse because where it says here, swear, is the same word as swearing with an oath. You can see that in Strong's G 3660. So not only did Peter curse using swear words, as we call them, but he apparently also swore on something greater than himself, that he wasn't in Christ's company. So when he went out and finally repented after the cock crew the third time, he knew what he had done. And he must have repented very deeply because, of course, he literally, I mean, literally disobeyed what Christ had told him that he shouldn't do. Mark 6:23, and this is, in this case, Herod, who was king in Jerusalem at this time, swore, and again, G 3660, swore unto the daughter of Herodias, his wife, whatever you shall ask of me, I will give it you to the half of my kingdom. And of course, she asked for John the Baptist's death, and he regretted. But because he had sworn it, he was obligated to do it. Hebrews 6:13, for when God made a promise to Abraham, because he could swear by no greater, he swore by himself. So God can swear because God is the greatest and God can accomplish exactly what he says he's doing. And this promise that he made to Abraham, as Katrina just explained, the descendants have been all over the behavior spectrum. I mean, up, down. And in spite of that, God is going to honor the promise that he made to Abraham. It's an incredible story when you think about it. So if we get down to practical terms here, when it talks about heaven, not swearing by heaven, talking about things that are spiritual, that are, let's say, in the God realm, people will throw into their conversation automatically without even thinking about it, terms like Christ or, oh my God, for heaven's sake, hell no. Those are terms that should be banished. We should not be using that in our vocabulary. Swearing by earth. I'd go to the ends of the earth too. No, you're invoking something that should not be invoked. Jerusalem, something that's sacred. What in God's name were you thinking? God's name is sacred, and we shouldn't be just invoking those kind of things. I swear by God. On your head. And as I said, people who swear by their mother or by their father. I was actually in a conversation with somebody who was trying to scam me on internet just the last week, in fact. And I said, no, this is not true. And he wrote back to me, he said, by my generation. He was swearing on his head, on his generation, that it was true. Of course, he was a scam. I ended the conversation.
Uncover the mystery of Adam and Eve's nakedness. Unravel the ambiguous connection between the Hebrew term for naked and the serpent's subtlety. Join us for this free mini-course and gain a profound new perspective on biblical Hebrew. TheExplanation.com/naked